YouTubers, how are you doing? Damp Sam here. Got another video for you, another informational video. You might get some value out of this if you've got walls that are damp. If you're in the business, if you're in the damp proofing business, or if you're a plasterer, you might want to know why walls have got certain types of damp patches. So I'm just going to show you this. Well, I'll show you this property. So we've come to do this property in two halves. So we did that side a couple of months ago. They've moved all furniture in there now. I'm going to show another video in there for a different problem. But so we've done that side, and we started to do this side. Now this property's had lots of work done over years, and the importance of diagnosing the correct problem from the start will be evident here. So I've started putting a pacifier vent in. So I've hammered out. I've hammered out, smashed out these air bricks. So 2 half bricks at top, 1 full brick at bottom, or all the way around. 1 full brick at top, 2 half bricks at bottom. Start with half bricks first, and that's right size for a pacifier vent, because she never used its front door. So when we did that side, we put a pacifier vent in there. We've put a pacifier vent in here, which allow air inside property to change over a 24-hour period, rather than damp air staying in the air and becoming damper and damperer, if it's a word. So it just gets wetter and wetter and wetter. More people are breathing, more washing up the door, more showers they have. Because that air don't change in that room, because they don't open door or windows, then it becomes saturated. So we've put a pacifier vent in there, which will allow clean air to come in and allow damp air to go out. Same here, so we're going to have clean air coming in, damp air going out. We've also fitted an alternating fan in kitchen, which will drag damp air out and push clean air in every 70 seconds. So it extracts and blows in every 70 seconds over a ceramic filament. So air's warmer and it's expanded and can absorb more moisture. But what I wanted to show on this bit is what they've been doing on this wall. As you can see down there, all the way around, plastered all the way down to the floor, and it's a solid floor, so bridging straight away. But it's not just that issue. What they've done is they've put a waterproof system on, because it's probably had a damp-proof system. It's been getting wet for years and years and years, and it's had a damp-proof system, and then it's probably they've thought it's failed, so they've got someone else in. Somebody else had a different opinion. They've not done it right. It's failed again because the walls are still getting wet and still getting wet. No, what you need is this. So it said probably had about 3 or 4 different systems, and speaking to people that own property, that's what they've confirmed. The last system that they had on, they've had a waterproof system on, because it's not been diagnosed properly. They've said, yeah, well, what we'll do is it's still coming in from outside. Like, they've even had a render on outside, which I'm going to explain to you why it's probably made it worse. So on inside, we've got here, look, they've put some kind of tanking system, waterproof system on here. So this stuff here, get a bit closer. So this stuff here has probably been painted onto brickwork as a slurry. And it's a polymer modified, like a slurry thing. They'll put 2 coats on that, so they'll put a coat onto brickwork, wait 24 hours, put another coat on, and then it looks like they've put a render on, which is this. So then they put a render on it, and then on top of that they've put what looks like limelight, render light limelight, which is a salt neutralising plaster, which used to be correct system for below ground works. If you've got an area which is below ground, that's the correct system. It's a tanking system, and done correctly in right circumstances, it'll keep your walls dry and waterproof. But what it does is, because this property's suffered from high humidity, a lot of moisture in this property, like I said, don't open that door. She rarely opens, well, there's no windows in here to open, like she don't open windows in here. It's had no extractor fan, there's no extractor fan in the bathroom. In winter, it was, I think there were parrots flying about because it was that wet, like a jungle. And I keep saying in my videos, water vapour as a gas will go through, this is water vapour, my hand, will go through the fabric, this is the fabric, the makeup of the wall, plaster, bricks, render. It'll travel through the fabric as a gas onto outside. So water vapour will go through there. It'll go through cracks and everything, but it will go through fabric. But what tends to happen when you've got a render on, with a waterproofing system on, creates what we call a vapour check. So the water in my hand, vapour as a gas, goes through this render light, because render light is a salt neutralising plaster and it's quite permeable. So it'll go through there, but then what happens is, because this is it's a solid wall as well, it hits the render and it hits the waterproofing slurry, and because it's dense, it will go through, but because it's dense and cold, it'll stop there for a while until conditions are favourable and it can carry on its journey, which is normally when it's warmer. But what tends to happen there is condensation will form on that part, which is called interstitial condensation. It's where condensation forms on the inside of the fabric at some point. And what will happen here is, because you've got a waterproofing system here, and because you've got a dense render on outside, you've got two vapour checks. So it'll stop here and then it'll carry on and it'll stop again on outside. So basically walls wringing wet through in winter. So we're putting some of this in. So that's why waterproofing systems are no good above ground level. If there's a step, if there's a higher ground level, then a waterproofing system, yeah. If it's below ground level, it's just a cellar, you can get away with a waterproofing system. And it's called a type A system when it's a render. And we prefer a type C system, where you manage water coming into a building. So what does it do? You're saying, everybody's saying. So we'll have a look at this. See these little patches here, little blown areas, like that. That's what it does. You get decoration spoil all the time. Yeah, these here, like salts. Yeah, like the paint peeling, salts coming through, and just all basically stuff that we're here to sort out. So that's my first film of the day, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some value. Please share it with somebody who you think might want to watch it. And please subscribe, because I'm doing these videos, I'm trying to do them every day, and I'm wanting to give a lot of value to people. So that's Damp Sam signing off from somewhere in Ireland, Northern Ireland.